Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at the Klevv Bolt X DDR4 RAM Kits. Are they any good? Are they worth buying? Let's find out. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Klevv Bolt X DDR4 kit. This is the 16 gig kit. These are rated at 3600 megahertz and are available in various other shapes, sizes, sorts, anything from around 32 megahertz up to 4000 megahertz, and these are all based around SK Hynix's chipsets. Now this particular one, I'm going to have to read off the board there because I can't remember the number, but these are using the H5AN8G8NDJR-VKC. See, you can understand why I had to read it off the board. But certainly these chips that are being used in these particular RAM modules are known to overclock particularly well. Now actually in one of Klevv's other kits, their Bolt XR RGB I believe, or maybe one of the Kras sets, these have been seen to clock up to 4900 megahertz, which is absolutely amazing, at CL21, which yeah, isn't particularly great, but certainly will get the job done, and does show that these particular RAM chips have got a ton of headroom for overclocking, which is awesome. But let's talk about the standard specs. So this is the kit that it comes in. As you can see, it's empty currently because they are actually inside the PC there, because I've been testing them today. And I'll show you some cutaways of what it actually looks like when it comes. The RAM chips themselves actually do look very, very nice. You've got this really nice aluminium heat spreader. No RGB on these, for those of you that don't like RGB. So this should tick some boxes. And also because there's no RGB, they are extremely low profile. So they shouldn't interfere with any particularly large air coolers. Or if you've got a slightly smaller motherboard, then yeah, these are going to be a really good option. Another reason why they're a really good option is currently the price. Now these do undercut the Corsair LPX RAM modules by anywhere between £10 to £15 on the UK market at the moment. So if you're thinking of building a moderate budget PC and you don't want to spend a ton of cash on the latest RAM modules, take a look at the Klevv ones and you certainly should save some money. But for those of you that do like RGB, you can always get the Klevv Kras X RGB, which are the RGB versions. Essentially they all use the same chips, very similar specifications. Those particular RAM modules that we discussed earlier, the name that I'm not going to read out again, are used in pretty much most of the RAM modules. They're just binned accordingly to see what frequencies they'll get. So obviously overclocking wise, although like we said earlier, you can maybe get up to 4900 megahertz, your mileage may vary. Now on this particular set, which is installed in my PC, we've managed to get them up to 4000 megahertz very, very easily just by changing the multiplier, and they went straight in at CL18. I have tried them as well, also at CL17 and CL16 at the standard DDR4 3600 speeds, and they did it very easily, no problems at all there. So if you are looking to tweak your RAM sticks a little bit, then these are going to be really, really easy to do, and with very, very little intervention in the BIOS. Literally just change the frequency or change the CL rating, and they pretty much take it straight away. Again, your mileage may vary. So anyway, going back to the sticks, so this is a 16 gig kit, so two 8 gig sticks, and the CL rating from the box is CL18-22-22. There'll be more details on the screen anyway, you'll see that a little bit later. But essentially, I was really impressed. Put them in the PC, enabled XMP, and boom, straight in, dialed in all the settings, and did a couple of benchmarks, and they worked absolutely flawlessly. And certainly were well within the tolerances that you'd expect from models of the same kind of spec range. So Corsair LPX, if you get those CL18 3600, they're going to perform almost identically. So yeah, if you are concerned that maybe you're spending a little bit less money and you get a little bit less performance, that certainly isn't the case, at least with my particular set anyway. Going back to the aesthetics, people may not appreciate the design, but I actually really like it. It's very minimalist and just it will tie in with pretty much any build. Again, low profile, so no overhanging issues with 120mm tower coolers, that kind of thing. And if you're maybe considering using something like the Noctua D15, which is absolutely huge and does overhang on quite a few modules. And again, I have tested that. I've taken these RAM sticks and put them in my own PC with the D15 and there was no issues whatsoever. So certainly for installation purposes, very, very easy and pretty much ultimately compatible with almost anything you can imagine. Of course, like I said, going back to something we said earlier, you can get these in various different flavors. So if you've got maybe a slightly older Ryzen system or Intel system, you can get them in the DDR4 3200. Although I have found in my experience that some of the pricing is pretty much identical across the board. The biggest difference I find is the DDR4 4000 spec RAM, which is almost double the price, which really you could probably avoid that by just buying these ones and overclock them to 4 gigahertz anyway. So save yourself a ton of money. So overall, what would I think? I think these are actually brilliant. It's the first time I've tried Klevv memory. I was a little bit concerned that it was one of those cheap brands I'd never heard of, but it does seem to be part of the SK Hynix family. So under that umbrella, yeah, certainly works for me. Much like Micron and Crucial and all those kinds of things where they have an umbrella company and they do retail ARM. So certainly if you're looking out for RAM and you see the Klevv Bolt X on sale somewhere, definitely take a look. And we will be putting some affiliated links in the video description so you can check them out for yourselves in your regions. So let me know what you think about these in the comments section below. In the meantime, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.